again with Forever Football Show, the second show of this second season. And now, after covering the MLS, covering the Champions League, it's time to talk about Italy. And with that, Filippo Milano has the floor.
So today was another round, and huge surprise yesterday, not today. AC Milan lost with Palermo, and now Inter Milan is just 2 points behind AC Milan. And in my team, Napoli, they just won a couple of hours ago against Cagliari. Now we are 3 points behind them.
So we have a tournament again.
Yeah, we have a very nice tournament. It didn't happen in a long time in Italy, and actually also the team in for position Udinese is coming back very
56.
strong.
So
56,
far
but you have
away.
to consider something that they lost the first 5 games during this season. So actually they're undefeated in the last 20 games, and with 14 victories. And
Which is
just it's a core
incredible.
machine. You know they have
Yeah.
Di Natale is scoring every game, and this Nino Maraviglia Sanchez Udinese, but also the other team. Udinese actually has the most favorable calendar, and it can be a huge surprise in Italy, and then really everybody's looking for that.
Yeah, and you look at the top three. I mean, Inter, Milan, and Napoli all have to face each other,
Yeah.
as well as Roma
Yeah.
and Lazio.
And just for our fan, just remember that in 2 weeks will be AC Milan and Inter Milan. So the derby, and if Inter wins for the after 4 months, Milan can lose the lead, and so it will be great. And again, as we were saying before, Leonardo is doing this great job, and actually moved all the momentum in the favor of
Inter Milan.
Inter Milan, and Ibrahimovic is not going to play; he's out for 3 games.
And Pato also got injured today.
Yeah, Pado, it's again. I think I have to give you credit about that. That guy is just a wonderful player, but sometimes make me really angry. He has all this potential, but sometimes he just wants to play by himself, and that's not something that can happen in a good team like AC
Yeah.
Milan.
And with this, there's only 8 more rounds in
Yep.
Italy.
Yeah.
So you feel that the momentum is now in the Inter's hands.
Absolutely, totally in Inter hands. We should see how much they are going to pay for all this comeback, because they're playing very well. Maybe they can get tired, and they are still playing in Champions League. AC Milan, Napoli, and Udinese, they have just the campionato, and it's maybe they're a little bit. That is a small advantage. Even though if you look at the Inter's roster is so good that they shouldn't have any problem.
So imagine for what it would do for Leonardo's career if what you said happens. They pass Milan right there, facing Milan, and then they play a final against Real Madrid, and he beats Mourinho as well. Then
Yeah.
the guy will be in the sky.
Yeah,
Especially after having such a terrible start because of Benitez, having to recover from that, and
the other thing that
Where's
maybe
Benitez now?
is just home.
All right.
So
On his couch.
maybe the other thing that we should mention today about Serie A is we should give credit to Francesco Totti that scored another 2 goals yesterday, and he reaches 200 goals in Serie A. It's very huge.
Amazing.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
good for him.
So with that, let's. Oh, by the way, we were just talking about Inter and Bayern, and talking about records. Zé Roberto, who used to be playing for the
Yeah.
national team in Brazil, he tied the record of the biggest number of starts as a foreigner in the Bundesliga. So
Oh.
yeah,
Oh.
he
And,
played for Bayern Munich, Bayer Leverkusen,
yeah.
and
And
so
talking
now
again
has a,
about Bundesliga and Inter Milan, so Lucio after the match actually surprised everybody, and they said, if someone calls me back here, I will come right away. He really loves playing for Bayern Munich, and actually I think he didn't get along very well with Van Gaal, but since Van Gaal is leaving at the end of this season, maybe something can happen. Lucio, another Brazilian guy, and he's playing wonderful for
Inter.
Inter.
Yeah,
He's
Inter
going,
is-
he's
Inter
going
is
to
a
miss the
very-
derby though. He got the yellow card today.
Inter is a very it's very round team. Like they talk about Barcelona as an end product. I think Inter Milan is also getting close to that point. And with that, why don't we go to Spain now? Talking about end products and teams. Let's talk about Barcelona and Real Madrid.
yeah, surprise.
Yeah, they won both. But there is for maybe the most important news here is that Barcelona is slowing down a little bit in the way they play football. They're not playing so wonderfully. And the other news that we should give to our audience is that Abidal just was found out with a liver
Yeah.
tumor. He got his operation, and it seems that everything went fine. But actually, from the physician perspective, as I am, I'm very curious to know what kind of tumor he has, and all these suspects that are behind Barcelona about doping and about Valencia. People are thinking that it's Real Madrid that is managing all these rumors about Barcelona and Valencia, but you are not expecting a guy that is 30 years old who got a liver cancer. It's very, very weird. I'm not saying anything here, but really I would like to read something more. But the privacy when there is a tumor involved it's very high, so I don't have too much information.
Well, that's the Spain is always like this. We talk about Barcelona, we talk about Real Madrid, and off we go. They are in the race.
Yeah.
So with that, now let's go
5 point
to
difference.
another real tournament and the Premier League. And how are things there now? Chelsea coming back, Manchester United giving some leg room, Arsenal with a little bit of a bump in the road.
Yeah, so I mean, Arsenal hit their second tie in a row. Now they're 5 points behind with a game in hand, mind you. But so right now they can only close that gap to 2 points.
I think this one Manchester can already put in the pocket. It's
yeah,
very
unfortunately.
yeah.
Unfortunately, because it
Because
really,
even Chelsea coming back, they don't have there's
Yeah.
not that many games to discount 9 points.
I mean, unless Arsenal pick it up, then it's all
Arsenal is not
in
gonna
Man
pick it up.
United's hands, and that's what
and
it's
when
looking like.
and when something like what happened yesterday, you understand that is your season. You scored 3 minutes left, and Manchester got 3 points. You know that something's
The
going.
minute gets the winner.
Yeah.
And I mean, how many times have we seen that from Man United this season?
No, and Man United is like Alex Ferguson. He gives himself the luxury of taking out guys like Berbatov or Rooney, and the team still brings the results.
Yeah.
The other news about Premier League, and we were talking before with Erin about that, is again the Italian guy Balotelli with Manchester City was sent out during the Europa League Cup, and because of a kick on the chest of another player, and they were 0-0, and actually it cost the elimination for Manchester City. But I think his experience in England is over. No one is going to forgive him anymore, and I don't know if he's coming back to Italy, but he's a very stupid guy.
Well, so we can have Adriano and Balotelli for the Sounders. What about that?
Yeah, Balotelli would be better than Adriano because he's younger, but just for that.
But both will create some sparkles in the air.
Troublemaker. Yes.
Yeah, the press wouldn't be short of articles to write, though.
Yeah, no, that guy is
Let's
just.
start a campaign. Can you print some T-shirts? Bring Balotelli and Adriano to the Sounders. And what about so we have the Champions League going, and the Manchester United obviously we're claiming that they already have in the pocket. But what about when they face Chelsea? So now with Chelsea sort of coming back, getting in the groove again, with Fernando Torres playing well, and
Playing well.
well,
Is a big.
He hasn't scored yet.
Yeah.
For Chelsea.
And actually, I was today I was listening on the radio, and I think I agree with this guy that it was saying that Chelsea and Inter Milan they look very similar. For 3 months, they just decided to not play the players, so they were just on vacation, and now they're back again
Yeah.
and
Definitely.
on track. And both teams are dangerous for the Champions League, I think.
Well, and
so maybe do you think that they were optimizing then? They were sort of like giving away the Champions.
No, I think something happened in the locker room.
and as well, they might have just been tired. Both teams have had a lot of success and have been involved in a lot of competitions over the past couple seasons.
The problem with Inter Milan was Benitez came there and then he said, guys, you won everything last year, but you don't play well. And the players were looking at him and say, what are you talking about, man? So and they were not following him.
Yeah.
So and they stopped playing.
And now it seems that now they can, with Leonardo's style, apparently they can play well and get results.
Exactly.
So we'll see. In the Champions League, then we have in a couple of weeks the next round.
Yeah. The national team next week, and then again the Champions League, and then the Liga.
So let's talk a little bit about the U.S. and Argentina. When we come back, we'll go for a quick break, and we'll come back to talk about some of the national teams matchups. Stay with us, Forever Football.